Welcome to the Texas Consilium interview series. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, and today our guest is Randy Pitchford. He is the co-founder of Gearbox Software. Randy, welcome to the interview series. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. First, I want to offer our congratulations for your nomination for the Texas Consilium Business Excellence Award. Thanks for taking the time to be here. Randy, if you could, give us an overview about yourself and your business.
Well, as you said, I'm Randy Pitchford, and I founded the Gearbox Entertainment Company, and we are an entertainment company. Our mission is to entertain the world. We primarily focus on creating entertainment in the interactive entertainment area. This is video games. This is the frontier of our species' determination to find ways to amuse ourselves and to create joy and happiness. And I believe that joy and happiness is what makes life worth living. So I've committed my life towards the creation of joy and happiness for other people.
Where do you find your business 5 years out? Give us your vision.
I think one of the interesting things about creating entertainment on the vanguard of our species mediums on interactive and digital interactive and video games is that it's not the only form of entertainment out there. And as enthusiastic as I am about how video games are reaching more people than ever, how new people prefer video games 95% of the time more than any other form of entertainment, there's still a lot of other ways that we like to be entertained. We still love music. We still love movies and television, and some of us even read. And I think the key for Gearbox is if we're going to live up to our mission of entertaining the world, we have to figure out how to cross those boundaries, how to use all of the mediums our species has figured out. I want to create linear media, and I want to create a fiction, and I want to create music and film and television, and we're underway with those efforts. So I think 5 years from now we'll have succeeded if we are actually reaching people on mediums besides video games, and we're reaching people in meaningful ways.
Now, the Texas Consilium's Business Excellence Awards based on a variety of criteria. They cover customer satisfaction, operational excellence, employee satisfaction, business performance, and more. So describe how your company exemplifies excellence.
I think for entertainment, this is a very interesting question because entertainment is fundamentally subjective. But to me, the true measure of excellence with entertainers is the degree to which they can consistently reach an audience. We've all heard of a one-hit wonder in music, a band that created one song that got on the charts, and we really love that song, but they didn't really create anything else for us. In video games, this is even more difficult. We have a world populated with indie efforts where anyone can publish anything on something like the Apple App Store or Google Play's App Store. There are over 500 million video games on the mobile app stores alone. And yet we find Gearbox not being a one-hit wonder, but over and over consistently being able to top the charts with critical acclaim, with best-selling titles, and with fan favorites. And this gives me a lot of pride in the creative engine that we've built. I'd like to take a lot of credit for it, but in fact, it's the talent that becomes Gearbox developers. It's the talent that our company is filled with that is leading this result and creating this result. And the talent, are demonstrating what excellent is.
If you're speaking to an audience of Texas business leaders and they want to improve their own business and their leadership, through your journeys, what lessons have you learned that you'd most like to share?
To me, I think it's the paradox of managing the fundamental truth that we have to believe. Any one of us that's driving a business, we have to believe in it. But we have to accept the reality of those things that are in our way. We're all facing challenges, and there are real threats that could bring our businesses down. And so we have to manage the paradox of believing in what we're about, believing in our vision, and believing in our mission. But at the same time, accepting the reality as it comes and adapting to those challenges. So if we can manage that, if we can simultaneously believe that we're going to win, but accept the reality of all those things that will prevent us from winning, then we can bring those two ends together to succeed and to get through those challenges and overcome them in real time.
Randy, what are you doing and Gearbox in the way of social responsibility?
That's a great question. One of the neat side effects of having an entertainment business where our customers aren't merely limited to the local environment we're geographically in. We can reach people all over the world, and we can use this for profound good. A couple of recent initiatives, all occurring in 2020 during the pandemic. We created a software called Borderlands Science, and one of our video games called Borderlands, which allows our video game customers to actually contribute real data to real science. You think you're playing a video game, but in fact, you're actually sequencing DNA. You're doing what feels like a Tetris-like game experience, but you're actually providing real data for real scientists. And this data will go on to contribute to solving real-world problems. Another thing we did, we found that a lot of our customers like to collect customizations, which are little virtual objects that characters in our video games can wear and dress themselves up. Just as much as we like to pick our wardrobe in the real world, it turns out people like to pick out their wardrobe in the virtual world. Well, we decided to create custom virtual COVID masks that we're selling, but 100% of the revenue is going directly to first responders. It's going to those very people on the front lines of helping us stay safe and healthy during this pandemic. And we've raised tens of thousands of dollars for that effort just in the last couple of months. I'm very proud of that.
I would be too, and that's a great give back. Now, your legacy. Have you given any thought to what you want your legacy to be?
Well, I didn't create the Gearbox Entertainment Company as the Randy Pitchford Entertainment Company. The idea of a gearbox is about all of the cogs working together, almost like a machine. And it can be a thing of beauty, too. It's when we look at a machine like that operating, it's awe-inspiring. And my hope is that the dream that we created Gearbox with, that it's talent that drives creativity and that it's talent that participates in the value of that which we're creating together. I want that dream to live on. And I think we're disrupting not merely how entertainment is created and the leadership that drives that creativity, being talent-based leadership, but we're also changing business as well. I think we're changing what it means to be a corporation, and how our mission, yes, we have to be profitable in order to make more than we spend so that we can keep the dream alive, but we can have values beyond just profit. And entertaining the world is about creating joy and happiness for other people. And if that legacy lives on, and if the engine that we've created together at Gearbox can continue to evolve and move forward well after I'm here, I think I'd be proud of it if I could get to see it. But my hope is to create that engine and to empower that engine to move forward. And I don't necessarily care if anyone ever remembers my name, but I do want people to feel joy and happiness and have a reason for all of the hard work that we do to get along. And I think the Gearbox Entertainment Company is part of that vision.
That is a unique answer to that question. I've done all the interview series. I want to applaud you on that. Now that concludes the portion of the interview that we're going to use publicly, but stick around for a minute, and I've got a couple more questions for you, and I want to thank you and congratulate you again for your nomination.
Thank you.